Hello, soul friends. Miriam here. Welcome back to my channel. It is Halloween, and even though I already did a Halloween video for you, I'm gonna do another one. Only because I'm lazy and I didn't want to well, it's a combo. I'm lazy and I didn't want to change my clothes. Okay. But I'm also lazy about not wanting to change my cards yet. You know what I mean? But the other part is that I'm ahead. It's not quite Halloween yet, really. And so I don't want to jump ahead in time and not dress Halloweenish, because it's the one time a year I get to dress how I want to. And I can always dress how I want to, but it's the one time a year that people can't give you as much crap for it, right? All right. So in any event, remember, no matter your individual beliefs, tarot or oracle reading is, your spirit guides coming forward to give you advice, or it's just your subconscious mind helping you answer life's ponders. No matter how you look at it, it's healthy and you are in the right place. We're going to go Halloween crazy today, or Samhain crazy. So we're going to be using both of these decks. Get the information out of this one for you. This one you can find pretty much anywhere. This one, I don't remember where I found it. I might have got it on Etsy, but here's the person's info. Anyway. All right, so those are tarot cards we will be using. We're also going to use my favorites, and then the Samhain Oracle, so that we have some of that as well. Okay, so that's 4 decks already, and then, oh, what the heck, let's put some more Skeleton Tarot in there also. Yes. There's their Etsy shop. Okay. So that all being said, let's go ahead and get to the shuffling of the decks. Actually, kind of want a lot of the Samhain ones for each of you, because it's the last time we're using this deck for a while. Gots to move on to other things. Okay. Interesting energy already. Yes. Oh, which ones do I want to use for which? Let's see here. Which? Get it? Let's pre-shuffle the skeletons. Hopefully you can't hear that. That alarm going off. Ooh! Just try to get away from me. Well, I feel like this group needs more skeletons. Okay. What's next? What's next? Let's get some Halloween Oracle. But of course, I'm gonna get a bunch of these too. Group 1 and group 2. group 4. Man, I don't know how long it's going to take us to get through all these, but it's going to be fun. All right, and then I'm going to get a little more tarot. That's too many. That's too few. Oh my. I see them. Okay. And then we'll use the little tiny Halloween deck to do any more clarifying that we need. All right, so let's just straighten these all out for you here. I know, I take way too long. This is why we do timestamps. Because otherwise we'd be here all day long. Especially with my very strange organizational skills. Very strange. Like this one's such a mess. We might leave yours a mess. Like, why? I don't know. Maybe you're in a messy situation. Maybe not. But your cards are. Oh, my Lord. Watch the struggle ensue. Okay, let's get you some little rocks. We have fluorite for group 1. Amethyst for group 2. Also probably amethyst. It's in a heart shape though. For group 3. And group 4 we have some more amethyst that looks like it's been tumbled. Okay, we will see you in your individual readings, everyone. Take care. Bye 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 bye. Hello, group 1. So if you picked the fluorite, let's get into all your wonderful messages from your guides for Halloween. Oh, what should we start with here? I want to start with the... Make sure I put these somewhere where we don't lose them. Okay. I want to start with the biggest, and we'll go from there. All right. We have at midnight, the most magical hour of all. I feel like some of you are going to an epic party for Halloween this year of some type. What did I just say? Werewolf exploring wildness. Like one of those parties where like everyone's dressed up and not everyone knows each other and it's just very crowded, lots of fun. Winter, the sacredness of pausing. Yeah, kind of ringing in the new year in the fall ending, winter beginning, feeling ghost with regret. And skull of flowers, creating through the ashes. Okay. Little Halloween messages for my soul friends. The veil is thin. Your guides want to talk. Let's just go ahead and figure out what we're doing here. All right. So I feel like some of you are going to an epic party or epic celebration of some kind. I feel like you're going all out for Halloween. It might be your favorite holiday. It's my favorite holiday. But I feel like you're really like, you've got the outfit. You've got the, the snacks. You've got everybody's got a little place and a little job they're going to do, and everything is in the right place. Okay. But you're also going to explore this wildness. So it's like, It's like I feel you doing this crazy planning, preparing, but so you can go wild later, okay? And then I see you kind of having like a lazy hangover day kind of situation where you snuggie up and maybe watch some more scary movies even though it's over, right? And like, maybe you're one of those people that celebrates it through November 2nd like I am. So maybe you just keep on watching, recovery movies, which would be horror movies, right? And then you eat, your kids' candy, or just your candy if you don't have kids, so you just get all the candy to yourself. That kind of thing. And just enjoy the fact that you don't have to fit into that costume again for a whole another year or ever. Yeah, I rehash costumes. You got a problem with that? Some of them I like so much that I just go for it again. I feel like there's also some grieving in this group. I feel like this time of year, a lot of you do reflect on the past souls of your life. I think that some of you also reflect on the idea of how much death is involved in winter. Like you might live in an area where there's lots of animals, so you have to watch them suffer, or it could just be you just have that mentality in your mind of that's how you look at winter as this time that we don't all make it through, right? And I see some regret in like missing someone that maybe isn't around this year in some way, okay? And being sad about that. Maybe your Halloween buddy is not in town, or maybe your Halloween buddy is not in this life anymore and you think about them this time of year. Maybe you know somebody who passed around this time of year and this is when you think about them. But regardless of all that, I see you creating through the ashes and just trying to have a very festive time. I see you doing that every single year with not just Halloween, but all holidays possibly. All right, let's get the reading over with all these wonderful cards that we have to read. Number 34, Rooted. May you never tear the living ritual that is magic merged within the roots of your being, the soil of your soul. Very cute. Yeah, I see you being connected to earth, like not having your head up in the clouds, or like living in the past with your memories of like your loved ones. Intuition, number 23, you hold the answers, you know the truths, ancient ones await behind the doors of the mind. Your ancestors are coming through nice and thick. Not surprised, given the time of year that I'm filming this. Bat, number 6, invoke the power and fear not the hidden. What lurks is coming with undenying change. Number 6. I've got bat stuff on today. Ritual number 33, can you feel them? Wild creatures linked by the very blood you will spill into your craft, a ritual of dedication to sell and those whose gazes hold fire, but whose whispers carry you softly through the unknown. Let's all celebrate me not having to read these cards for a whole nother year. Mischief. Just kidding. I have one for every season almost. Keep your eyelids open and sight sharp as nails, for there is something trailing behind your tail. I feel X energy, I have to be honest. Elders, number 15. Birthed from seed within the belly of the moon, they are the wise felt touches over our hearts and felt deep within the marrow of our spirit. And last but not least, Frog, 17. May the lily beneath your breasts allow you to drink from its healing waters. Be still, for there is serenity behind the drowning croaks. All right, we got a lot to unpack here, people. I'm going to stick these on my lap for a second. We're going to look at these ones first. So your guides are saying that you're nice and grounded right now, and that's a good thing because they're really trying to get your attention, especially your ancient ancestors. They've been all over, not just my ancient ancestors, but you guys' as well. I'm probably not good at clearing them in and out of the house like I should be. That'd be funny. If you're somebody who sees spirits, let me know in the comment section how many spirits I accidentally leave in my house every single day, every single reading. Okay. I learned a good chi technique to get rid of that, but I forget to do it sometimes. So anyway, it's just like forgetting to close a porthole that you've made. Like, whoops. All right. So your guides are saying that you had these intuitive like pulls or feelings or whatever you want to call it, and that is making you maybe aware that something is different, but you're not exactly what to put your finger on as far as who it is. That's your ancestors letting you know that they have been coming through, and not just your ancestors, like your whole spirit team. Okay, I have a whole group, and like some of them aren't even human, right? You have all these different, whatever you want to call them, spirit guides, including animal spirits. So the bat definitely is an animal spirit for you. That also goes along with that intuition, okay, with that idea of they can't see, so they hunt with sound and vibration and feeling, right? And so this is also about, not fearing what you can't see, right? Being grounded and not letting fear take hold of you because you can't see all the way down the road. That's also coming through. Your guides are here guiding you, and you are aware of that. And so like maybe thinking of like a ritual to do over the next couple of days of honoring your ancestors in some way. And I mean, it can be something super simple. I've thought about like getting a pack of smokes just to like have them around so that I can just like light one every once in a while and just kind of let the smoke carry up into the, for my ancestors, the whole tobacco thing. I'll be like, is that good enough? Because I'm a lazy, but I also don't want to keep cigarettes around because, they're addictive, and the ogre that lives in the basement used to really like them a lot. And I don't want to like just have those laying around, but, good to have in case there's nuclear war. We gotta have like an alcohol and cigarette break when that happens. If it happens. It won't happen. Will it? Oof. And then we have mischief. It's saying to keep your eyelids open and sharp. I feel like somebody from your past is still lurking around you, and they're going to come back just in time when you're in this very grounded state. And that sucks because it's going to mess with your peace a little bit, those of you that this is happening to. But at the same time, because you're so grounded and rooted and focused on what's really important for you right now, they're not going to get leverage over you like they might have like 2 years ago. Right? So that's a good thing. So think about that. You have another animal, saying your elders too. It's not just the elders who have passed around you. Your other elders in your life are speaking to you. So you might have older people in your life that you're like kind of pals with, or maybe you're close with your grandparents or what have you, right? But your guides are definitely saying that you need to pay attention to your elders. It could even be something really simple, like a little Easter egg of there's an elderly person that just might really need your help opening a door, or holding their groceries for them for 2 seconds or something along those lines. So keep an eye out for them. That's what I'm hearing from your guides. I feel like almost like that's a message for me too, because I feel like it's been a long time since I've seen an elderly person in my sight range that needed help. But then I'm like, maybe there was and I wasn't paying attention, so I should start. Okay. Not shoulding. I'm not going to should on you. Okay. And then you also have the frog. And what I like about the frog's message is the healing message. I feel like some of you are healing from this mischief, this past mischief in your life that isn't so far behind you in some way. Okay. But your guides are saying that you're healing at this time, that like the waters are healing you. So you might want to do some water magic, like a moon bath or a Halloween bath. Ooh, a Halloween bath sounds like fun. I'm picturing like little like floaties like in the tub that are like glittery, and they're like little bats, but like they don't have scent. They just have like stuff in them that's good for you that you can breathe and bathe in without getting cancer, that kind of thing. Anyway. Oh yeah, I'll go chemical nerd on all of you. You think I won't? Oh, I will. Okay. Frog, bat, elders, ancestors, past people. Let's look at your tarot. We have a 4 of Cups. Yeah, again, that's kind of like your guide saying to pay attention to something. Like, I'm not thinking it's anything catastrophic, but just when you see them or it, you'll know and be like, ah, yes, that's what this reading was talking about. 10 of Wands. The Wheel. And Death. That's interesting that you got the Death card, because I feel like many of you are focusing on death this time of year just because of the historical significance of us thinking about death during this time of year, but also just you have like an ingrained sensitivity to this time of year. I think you're one of my people. Like those people that just feel it this time of year, right? That, and it's not a fear of it, it's just like this closeness to it. Like it almost feels like nice, you know, like Odin was like into that, right? You know, this guy isn't a bad guy. He just has a job to do, right? Okay. So moving along, your guides are saying to kind of keep your eyes open that there is some kind of trouble not too far behind you, okay? It's not anything you can't handle, especially when you're grounded, but they're just saying that, you know, they're just giving you a little heads up. Maybe you just being aware will head it off and you won't have to worry about it. Some type of burden is coming to an end. It could be that. It could be that you feel no burden even if they do show up. That would be cool. I'm feeling that for some. The Wheel of Time, everything is happening in its due course. I feel like you're floating with time well at this time in your life. Like you're not fighting, having an extra finger there. Did you guys notice that? They pop up all over in this deck of cards like 6 fingers. It kind of creeps you a little bit. So anyway, but you're like embracing change and embracing the new you as well. And I feel like the new you is the type that's going to tell that mischief in your past to skedaddle away from you. All right, let's look at some more tarot. Yes, 6 of Bats or Swords. Ace of Wands. 3 of Wands. 8 of Wands. Jeez, wands much, you guys. 4 of Pentacles. The Star. And the 3 of Swords. Scooch you on in there, my friends. We're going to squeeze them on in. Okay, there we go. Okay. So looking at these, we are having all kinds of good stuff here. The 6 of Swords to me is always like getting out of dodge or out of danger just in the nick of time. It's also, man, I really hope you can't hear all this. If you can hear all that, I'm sorry. It's about like escaping danger, or like, I always picture like the city behind them being ransacked by the enemy and they're like, oh, thank God we escaped with our lives. Okay. Nothing that dramatic, but it's that kind of narrowly escaping something. And I feel like it's like this heartache element and that past mischief card that keeps trying to pop back out. I feel like there's like some X energy, some irritation, people coming back into your life that you're going to handle very well. And you're going to handle it with like flying colors. It's not even going to affect you emotionally like it normally would have. You are going to reflect on the fact that it doesn't affect you emotionally like it would have before. The Ace of Wands is also about having that aha moment of like, yes, I understand now, right? The light on in the darkness. 3 of Wands is plans going well or things working out in your favor, or a wait ending in a good way. Having something come through that you've been waiting for. fast moving, good type of change or action coming towards you, protection, healing, all right, from that energy. And so I feel like you might get to tell this person where to go. And I know we shouldn't wish for those kinds of things. Like, I wish they would come back into my life so that I could tell them that I don't ever want to talk to them again. But I think everyone has those moments, right? From time to time. Okay, let's tie this all up with some last bit Halloween tarot for you, my friends. We have 2 of Pentacles, another 8 of Wands. This is why I love using multiple decks. 10 of Cups, 5 of Cups, and the Sun. What I like about all of this is that the Sun is here. And that, my friends, is the most positive card in the whole entire deck. You cannot go wrong. Even the 5 of Cups energy is not going to be affected by this, nor is some of the more negative attributes of the 2 of Pentacles, okay? All the change that's coming towards you right now is like positive, fast-moving, awesome change. I feel like healthy relationships coming into your view. I feel like you moving on from anything that doesn't serve you, and it just serves you beautifully that you start doing it like that. I feel you like not trying for anyone else, just trying for yourself. I don't see you being selfish. Some people might say you are because you're not pandering to them anymore, right? But I see you only holding yourself responsible for your own emotional well-being and not holding yourself responsible for the emotional well-being of others. And that is very, 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 very beautiful. Let's get you one more Halloween card. I'm just nostalgic because it's over, you know? Scrying, intuition. So just another beautiful confirmation that you are on the right path, my wonderful soul friends. If this was helpful, tell me how in the comments section. Give me topic ideas there as well. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, there are ways to do so in the description box. We'll see you in the next one, my friends. Take care. Bye, 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 bye. Hello, group 2. So if you picked the raw amethyst, put you in the raw category of, like, you know, raw badassery. Like, is that a word? It is now. Wow, you got a lot of cards. Oh, you got a lot of these. I might want to cry a little bit. It's just because they have the little like poem things at the bottom, and I read them so terribly. Let's start with these. I can read these. We have the witch, the earthly weaver of worlds. The worlds. Sorry. Some of you might be dressing like a witch this year. You might have a cute little hat and cute little boots and cute little tights. Hearth, happiness in our hearts and homes. Some of you are staying in and just handing out candy and watching movies tonight. Some of you might have a really awesome spooky house and you just, I don't need to go anywhere for Halloween, darling, because it's just Halloween there every day of the year. I know people that have houses like that. They're called people I'm jealous of. Joy, rejoicing in the present. Night song, hidden talents. I associate those birds with luck. Whether they actually are, you know, historically, or I don't even know what you call that. You know, like, even if that's not what their actual lore is, I guess. We have Skull of Stars, infinite possibilities. Oh man, we're running out of room here. Death, the eternal cycle begins here. And Graveyard, unnecessary fear. We'll get to those in a minute. Okay. So with your energy that your guides are showing us, it's looking like some of you might be dressing like a witch this year. But it's also looking like you're weaving your own reality in some way. You're weaving your own joy. You're weaving your own home. You're weaving your own peace. You're weaving your own talents. And it's just bringing up all these possibilities for you. Look at you go. That's wonderful. Like, is she being sarcastic right now? I can't tell. Like, on the one hand, I'm happy for you, on the other hand, like, maybe I want to know how to do that, and I don't know how, and I'm a little jelly. Maybe there's a little bit of that in there. I can be honest with you. They're like, don't, please. Don't be honest. All right. No, I'm happy for you. Seriously, kid. You're never going to believe me now. I might as well just move on. So I see you cultivating your own joy. See, it doesn't matter if I'm, if I'm down or not. You're cultivating your own joy. You don't need me. Like, the reading just got weirder and weirder. And that's why I keep watching that show. But I see you just having fun in your present moment. Like, if you can't find a fun Halloween thing to go do, well, you're just going to dress up like a witch in your house and hand out candy and just have a good time with yourself. Okay. I see you also getting creative with how you handle yourself. Like how you're doing your hobbies, how you're spending your time. What else is your guides trying to tell you? What else are the guides trying to say to you? If you keep bringing this energy forward in your everyday intention, the blessings will come rolling in, because that's how that type of manifestation works. And I think you know that. I think you're just getting excited because it's actually kind of starting to work. I feel like maybe it's taken a while for your manifesting to work. I see things like being recognized for things you do well, having fun in the things that you're doing, even if it's work things. You're like finding ways to have fun, even in obligatory matters. Those are obligations, right? Like, yeah, condescending. God. Anyway. Just making your house cozy. Making your own little world happy. And I feel like that's a good change, because I feel like before you may have been dealing with a lot of unnecessary fear on things that you had no control over. And that's what I feel like these two cards are about. Of you like looking at possibilities as opposed to problems. Other things. Nope, let's move on. We got enough cards here to keep us going until Christmas, so. Ooh, yes. Number 14, divination. Take a breath, take it twice. Insightful reflections are guided by light. I'm going to get through all these and then we'll talk about them because there's a lot. The veil, 41. It's quite possible your eyes have become the fog in which you dwell, a half-swallowed glimpse of all that you truly are or can be, that the tears you bleed are ready for the storms to turn the skies inward. I was just telling the last group, aren't you glad I'm never going to read these cards for a whole nother year? Just enough time for me to get really bad at it all over again. I never got good at it. Broom, number 8. What dreams may come from what you seek. Make room, make way, a clearing need be. Altar, number 2. A sacred devotion, a worship skin deep rising from the ash, the waters you keep. The underworld, hand over your known, a shift is near, take a leap, your journey is clear. Okay, and we got 3 more. Third harvest, 38, daughters of the woods, feel thy sacred swell with suppleness, taste the gathering of honey's milk, filling your emptiness. Candle magic, number 9. Speak your breath into its velvet. Recite along its spine all that you desire, all that which will unravel. And cauldron number 10, bewitching, yes it be, blink and you shall see, a bubbling desire left in the brewing rain. Something I just got with this one is Scorpio energy, because Scorpio birthday type time people. I can't say things. It's so stupid. Anyway, people born during that time of year in the Celtic calendars, I believe their little symbol is a cauldron. I think people in like April have like a dagger, or the athame is like their symbol. I don't know, but I just knew it because the Scorpio is my stuff, so that's the only reason I know that one very well. It's just because of silly, self-centered things. Okay, but anyway, I'm seeing with the divination card here, number 14, that your guides are saying that it's time for you to reflect back on certain issues. I feel like the whole energy that you're rocking now of like living in the present and being joyful in each moment and not worrying about the future, not regretting the past, blah, 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 every cliche you can think of, that you also are reflecting on how you weren't doing that sort of manifestation work before, and that's why your manifestation work wasn't working. Yeah, that's definitely coming through. And your guides are like saying like, you knew that the whole time too, on top of all of it. And you're like, I know. Man, you remind me a lot of someone I know named me, but anyway, I totally get it. When it comes to manifesting, it's like, that's why, like teachers get really frustrated with me. Like, are you going to do it, Miriam? I'm like, I don't know, maybe, but maybe not. And it's not like I'm trying to be defiant. I just can't make myself do it. Sometimes like forgiveness, I can't make myself do it. I feel like some of you are like that. Like you can't manifest until you are actually ready to manifest. And it could bring truth into that other awful cliche saying that I cannot stand, it makes me want to puke, is, oh man, what is it? Oh, you finally got it because you finally believed you deserved to have it. I can't even say it with a straight face because I was trying so hard not to puke. Like, you smile when you puke. I mean, anything to get me through, I'm not sure what I do. But, anyway. So the veil is the next one, and they're saying that it's possible that even with all the reflecting and progress that you've made, that you're still only seeing a glimpse of what you're capable of. Ooh, isn't that spicy? The broom is, some of you are doing some fall cleaning or just spring cleaning or whatever season it is when you're watching this. You're like, I need to clean out my house. Others of you, it's like you're doing a clearing of things in your life that don't work for you. Clearing out clutter. Getting rid of things that you're like, that's the old me stuff. I'm out of here. That kind of deal. Setting up sacred spaces for yourself, making space for yourself, owning space for the new you kind of energy. So if you're doing more manifestation, you might actually have like an altar set up, or you're cleaning up your altar space and actually using it, etc. and so forth. Much like I should do with my sunroom, so that I haven't hijacked my entire living room like I do every single day, and the lighting sucks and the table rolls around and then you see my silly legs and it's just embarrassing. But here we are, still doing the same old, same old. So I admire you for breaking that pattern. We also have the underworld, hand over your known, a shift is near. So it's like you've already made all this progress, but your guides are also still saying that you're still like becoming this like huge manifester, okay? Of whatever you want to, we're like, of what? Well, whatever you want. What do you want, Charlotte? Do you want money? Well, then manifest that. Do you want, I don't know, self-esteem? You can manifest that, maybe. Maybe. I've never tried, clearly. But anyway. All right, let's look at your other cards here. But yeah, it's like this idea of like, you're still stretching and growing. And so take the knowledge that you've already used that you do see working finally and keep putting that into practice, and it'll make things work faster and better longer. And now it sounds like a chewing gum commercial. Okay, let's keep moving along. 3 other cards here to get through. Your guides are also suggesting some candle magic. They're actually suggesting some candle magic to get rid of something. Okay, so just for your own little benefits, don't do stuff unless you actually are experienced and know how to protect yourself first. You've heard it from me at least 5 times since I've done videos. And that should be enough. I feel like I totally am not responsible now if something bad happens to you. No, I'm just kidding. But I honestly, I don't feel responsible. I still like you though. Candle magic is talking about unraveling something. So like one spell that I can stomach because I'm lazy and I hate doing spells is taking a black candle, a very small one. I mean, if you can find a black birthday candle size one, go for that. And then put it in a little tiny, I have a little cauldron that I put stuff in. And you fill that up with water, bless the water with salt or however you want to bless water. And then carve the bad things into the candle that you don't like, the names or whatever you're, is having a hard time with. And then you light it on fire. And as it gets closer and closer to that water, you're like, once you hit that water, all that stuff is done for. All that negativity, gone. Right? And so that's a fun little spell that does not take much energy, especially if you use a small candle. Okay. Chime candles is the keyword that I needed to find candles that were not too long burning. Or scented for that matter. Ugh. Okay, moving along to your tarot. King of Swords. The Hanged Man. The Star. The Four of Swords. On the Two of Mugs or Cups, which is very gross. But I do see you attracting some decent romance into your life, which would make sense because of all this personal healing and reflecting that you're doing and manifesting. Well, you might as well just manifest yourself an ideal partner if you haven't already, right? I'm like, but Miriam, can I do it? Yes, that's the point of this whole reading. You keep up with us. Like, man, she was feisty today. I was. And I am. Okay, moving right along. You're overcoming challenges with this King of Swords. Whatever you step up against, you're going to defeat. Okay? Whatever you decide you want, you're going to conquer it. All right? You're seeing things differently in a good way. You're seeing things in a way that's actually getting you the stuff that you want. And it's bringing not only healing to your mind and your body, but also to things like your bank account, your self-esteem, right? Your social, whatever you want to call them, social, whatever people that are social do, whatever those problems that come with being social are. I also see you resting. You're not like constantly trying to plead your case to anyone. You're like actually just kind of resting on your own formula. You're not even telling anybody about it. And I feel like next you're manifesting a partner. Honestly, if you've already got a partner, I feel like you just kind of focusing in on the joy of what you've got and cultivating that Two of Cups energy, connecting with that person. If maybe you've fallen out of touch, work and all that can get in the way sometimes. Other things. We're moving along. 9 of Swords. Strength. Queen of... Oy, it's not Pentacles, it's Cups. I think. Page of Cups. Yep, I was right. See, ghosts, cups. Oh, thank God. Water. She's a mermaid. Good Lord, Miriam. Like, I don't even have to use my intuition. I can just like look at what the cards mean and actually get something out of them. You know, if I look at what the cards are actually doing. We have Ace of Swords. And Temperance. Alrighty. So talking about these. I feel like part of why you guys have become manifestors in the first place is to try to have control over things in your life that are uncontrollable, or at least trying to cope with things that you can't control in a way that feels tolerable to you. I can relate. Your guides are showing that, see how, okay, let's do a little side-by-side comparison here. You see how in this one, her little house cat is like, what's wrong? Human, why are you so scared? And like, oh, I'm scared of everything, right? And the moon's like, yeah, you are, judging you. Look at that judgy moon. Look how much it's judging her. I don't feel like it needs to judge her that much, but that's just me. But now, because of the skills that you're cultivating, you're getting that strength energy. And now you're not even scared to help a little scared lion. Right? Do you see the differences between these? Like, yes, we're not 5. Well, good. Did you notice how judgy the moon was? Let me know in the comments. They're also showing that because of this new acquired skill that you're having that emotional well-being of the Queen of Cups, but you're also cutting loose and making new friends and just enjoying life more. Like the Page of Ghosts. Look how much happier the moon is with you in this card. How was the reading, folks? Oh, it was fine. The moon-to-moon comparison was a little bit much, but other than that, it was okay. Yeah, making new friends, networking in fun, festive ways, not in ways that feel obligatory or, I don't know, forced or awkward. Coming into your own truth, speaking truth, realizing truth, embracing only the truth, starting each day with the truth in mind and heart, and then healing takes place. It's very beautiful energy for y'all. And it's just up and up and up from there. Okay, let's get you some more little tarot. What? You can't make this up. Look at that. 9 of Pentacles. 9 of Cups. Yes. Yes, and you too. Okay, I think that's good. 10 of Wands. 7 of Pentacles. Ace of Wands. Knight of Swords. And 7 of Swords. Okay. Very good stuff here. So you guys are showing with this new energy that you're rocking. Okay. It's just more affirmations of you doing exactly what you need to do. And instead of just rushing through it, you know, let's go through each one so that you can, you know, like you're digesting a tasty meal. Let's give you all your little blessings here in a row. They showed Temperance again, the healing, right, and the balance. 9 of Pentacles is about success. So is 9 of Cups. They're also about wish fulfillment, okay, and being able to do it on your own, not needing others around you. Not that you won't have them with that Page of Cups, right? But you don't need it. So if I said, you know, doing something on your own, you were like, no, not on my own, you're not quite past this point yet, okay? But that's okay because you're getting there. And it's okay however long it takes you, right? Some of you are already over it. You're like, I felt nothing. That's because I'm awesome and I'm moving forward. Nice. for those of you who haven't had your Ace of Wands moment of like, oh, I'm all I need, right? Light in the darkness, it's all good. You will have this moment soon. For those of you who've already had it, you're taking action with that Knight of Swords, taking action with your skills, your communication, your mental clarity, etc., and so forth. And the Seven of Swords in this particular case to me is the positive aspect of that card of becoming skilled at what you do to the point where nothing can touch you, right? You're like an energetic little ninja of manifestation. That's pretty sweet. All right, let's get you one last Halloween card because I'm sad it's not going to be Halloween anymore. Of course, you got the exact same one that group 1 got, the Scrying card, Intuition. Your guys are saying to trust yourself. You know what you're doing. Just keep putting it into practice. If this was helpful, tell me how in the comment section. Give me topic ideas there as well. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, there are ways to do so in the description box. We'll see you in the next one. Bye, 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 bye. Bye, 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 bye. Hello, hello, group 3. So if you picked the cute little purple heart, let's go ahead and do your reading. Maybe not. Hello, group, whatever you are. What are you? Group 3. You'd think I would remember because you have the cute little heart. But I don't. I'm pretty sure you're 3 though, because I only see one stack of cards left besides this one. All right, this is the big to-do that we do to say goodbye to our Halloween cards for the year. Oh yeah, this weird thing that happened. But I think this might need to stay somewhere on the side. All right, we're going to start with our Halloween cards. Mummy for change. But you didn't know mummies were all about change. Well, they are. I'm just kidding. I didn't write this. I don't know why they made mummy for a change card, but they did. I guess they're different than how they were when they were alive, you know, rocking it up without being a mummy and all. You know, we have eternal love. Love is love is love, and it transcends physical death. So you definitely have some passed away loved ones reaching out to you this Halloween. Do not be scared, unless they were monsters. Were they monsters? Tell me about it in the comments. Owl, wise scene, wise action. Very nice. This popped up in there as well. What do? I want to put it over here. Okay. Jack-o'-lantern with protection. The veil with the future. And skeleton for strength. You see, I mean, this is why I don't make cards, because to me a skeleton would fall apart quite easily. But a mummy, you know, they strangle people all the time. I've seen it. I have seen it. Those things are stranglers. I think it has something to do with the whole wrapping scenario. That's what they're into. But anyway, you don't believe me? Go watch a mummy movie. There's not very many of them, thank God. Like, have you ever watched one? Not really. I've watched movies that had mummies in them, and they weren't that cool, the mummies. So if this was a scary movie, I'd probably get killed by a mummy because I was mocking them the whole time. All right. Yes, that looks pretty good. All right, my dear group 3s. So what we're seeing here for you is a whole lot of change. I feel like the whole change is causing you to mourn. I feel like maybe you've experienced actual death or the death of something that you really cared about in some way. But you're not letting it defeat you. You're moving forward. And so the owl is taking the wisdom of the bad experiences that you've had. So even if you don't relate to it being like something really heavy that you've lost recently. It could just be that you have adopted this idea or philosophy of taking the bad things that have happened to you and turning those into lessons that you carry with you. There we go. That's what I was trying to say. And turn it into wise seeing, wise action. So like, instead of like, why didn't I see that before with that person? It's like, I'm glad I saw that with you. I will remember that next time somebody decides to be a sneaky snake. Man, people are so wily. You just never know. Anyway. Jack-o'-lantern protection. I feel like that wise seeing, wise action is going to be most of the protection that you need, but your guides are also saying that they are protecting you at this time. If you are going out tonight for Halloween, that's when you happen to be watching this, which would make sense because I am going to put it in the holiday specials section. Then your guys are saying you have protection from that, but don't leave like candles burning in your house because that wouldn't be smart. You know, don't do anything silly like drink 8,000 beers and then get behind the wheel of a car, right? Anyway, but your guys are showing like a connection to the things that you've lost or the things that didn't work out well. Okay, and that could even be including people, right? And turning that into wise seeing and wise action, using it to help protect you, using that in the future, and using that to grow your strength. That's pretty straightforward. So I'm going to move on to the cards where I have to read a bunch of stuff. Let's just put this over on top here of your other little tarot cards. Ugh. Nature Spirit, number 26. On your toes, twirl and twirl until you're ready to take flight. They arrive in the winds beneath your wings and speak through the swaying of the trees. Nature spirits. Alrighty, so if you're hearing funny little things outside in the woods, it might be some nature spirits calling to you. It doesn't actually have to be the woods. It can be any type of a nature. Some like beach ghosts. You ever seen some beach ghosts? They're pretty fun. You know, they just look like regular swimming people at night, I imagine. Anybody see a beach ghost? Because that would be cool. All right. We're just going to keep laying these out and reading them. Voices 42. With a tug of the gut, feel them romance your very breath. Listen to the gentle flickering within your eyes, for this is where they guide. Okay. I feel like some of you are hearing stuff. We were just talking about hearing things out in the woods, and then they said, oh, voices? Is that what you're hearing? Group 3. We have spider number 37. What a wild web we weave, dear child. A delicious mystery untamed. I feel like that's kind of you. I'm going to shut up while I keep. Owl 27. Behold, sight, O ancient ones, for there is magic in the darkest of places if one dares to open their eyes. Wait a minute. I knew you had the owl before. Look at that. You crazy kids, you. Look at you go. Getting all synchronistic with your cards and whatnot. Hang on. How sneaky are these women? Okay, not too bad, but just in case. Elements number 16. Remember to feel the warmth pulsing through her womb. You are a child of Mother. True harmony awaits you. Okay. Let's put that right here. Ancestors number 3. Ancestors have been popping up all over the place lately. They hiss a quivering so deep only roots of your soil can lift the nakedness hidden within the vows made in silence. An ancient chill walking upon the spine. Interesting wording there. And then we have, last but not least, potions and spells number 28. A pinch of this, a dash of that. Be sure you're sure before you call. Okay. Interesting as well. All right, let's Let's take a look. So with your nature spirits and voices, I feel like some of you were literally hearing things and you're like, what is that? It's nothing. I'm not gonna go look at that. I'm just being crazy. Maybe I am crazy. What is that? Maybe I'm not crazy. What is that? That kind of feeling. Your guides would be saying with these two cards that definitely is something, if that's what you're hearing. Okay. Always get checked out by doctors, but it can be something that can happen. Nature spirit is calling out to you in the sense that you could be needing to get out into nature even though it's getting chilly and kind of take a little walks. Okay, so maybe take a little misty walk somewhere out in the autumnness. Don't I have a lovely way of speaking to you? All right, moving along. I feel like you're also coming into your own in a sense that I feel like you're kind of an enigma in your circles. And that possibly you're doing some self-reflection, but reflecting in a sense of actually like giving yourself a break and like complimenting yourself a little bit or embracing yourself a little bit. And that is something that your guides are noticing and are cool with. What else? Spider stuff also ties into community and creativity when I see it popping up in things like cards, wouldn't you say? And so keep your eyes open for that connection as well. You might have to do some networking, or you might have a chance to network in good, awesome, cool ways. I feel like with the Voices card and the Ancestors card that your guides are speaking to you at this time. They're speaking to everybody right now because it's that time of year. I feel like owl is definitely your spirit animal and spider for this little holiday that you're watching this, if you're watching this during the time that you're picking it up. If not, then it's just any time that you're watching this, you're picking up on some owl and spider spirit. You're also getting some element action with the elements card. And then your guides are speaking to you quite loudly, your ancestors and just your regular spirit guides, including people who might not even be your guides. Like nature spirits could be anybody. So be careful as well who you're talking to. Don't be like a kid out in a city and you're just going to go make friends with strangers because you're Macaulay Culkin and you're going to be okay. Like, that's not how it works. You know, that should have been your first hint, was that he had lots of money and nothing bad ever happened to him. Even bad stuff that happened was still fun. Like, who is she talking about? Well, you need to watch more movies and catch up with me. Otherwise, it just doesn't make any sense. Okay, moving right along. With potions and spells, your guides are saying that whatever you've been thinking about doing magic-wise, this is just a specific note to some of you. They're saying make sure you know what you're doing before you do it. And some of you might be like, I got this. I know exactly what I'm doing. Okay, but they're saying you might get what you wish and you might not want that later, or that kind of like looking at you like you're about to crash on your skateboard kind of vibe from your guides. So you might want to just kind of take it easy. You can do that spell later. You don't need to make it happen right now. But that's just for some of you. The rest of you, I feel like your magic is just flowing. So just tap into the things that your guides are kind of pointing you towards, which would be your ancestors, the elements, the owl and the spider magic, and then listening to those voices and the spirits that you hear around you. Mwahaha. You know, unless they're saying like, go rob a 7-Eleven, don't do that. That would be a voice you'd want to go see a doctor about, just in case. Because your guides that are good would not want you to go rob things. Okay. I'm glad we made that little distinction. Now we can move on with our lives. Let's get some tarot for you. We have the Moon, the Six of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands, and the Page of Swords. You see is okay. So what I'm seeing here from you guys' guides is that if there's something in the future that's making you a little bit worried, don't be worried about it. If you can't see what it is, things will be illuminated in good time, and you can trust your intuition about things you cannot see. The other thing is that your guides are also saying if the voice things or whatever you're hearing, whatever sense that makes sense to you, your guides are saying not to be afraid that like it can't actually hurt you or anything. It's just somebody trying to communicate with you. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Six of Pentacles is about balance. It's also about balance in finances. So your guys might be giving you a little bit of a nudge there that something's going to get better, right? They're warning you to not sacrifice too much in a certain respect. So don't take on any extra shifts. You know, if you're watching this during Halloween, that means you're watching it. It's a Thursday. And if that's your Friday, right, then maybe just keep it that way and don't go into the office for so-and-so again or pull a double for Christina. It's like, who's Christina? I don't know anyone named Christina. Let me know in the comment section if your name is Christina and if it was offensive that I used your name that way. And then when I see it, I'll just be like, it was Christina with the other letter. Yeah, it's not all about you, Christina. See how I flipped it? See how that goes? All right. The Page of Swords is about being curious, communicating more, learning new things about yourself, but also about others. It's also kind of about being sort of not seen as well, like watching things from afar while you catch your, like, it's like watching like steps in dancing before you actually try them. You watch one or two go throughs and then you try it and then you butcher it and then you try it again and continue to butcher it, and then you just stay terrible at it and you decide you can't be a dancer. I don't know who I'm talking about with that. Let's look at more tarot. We have the Death card. That was that one that got shuffled in funny. It's all about change, but good, wonderful, wonderful change. I think it's cool that it's a little skeleton that goes with your little skeleton cards here. The Seven of Ghosts, which is cups. That's about opportunities arising with this change in your life. We have Nine of Pentacles, which is about success, personal success, financial success. Five of Swords. I feel like this is your guides telling you to be a little bit selfish. Two of Wands. Partnerships. Holding the world in the palm of your hands. Setting off to a good start. Starting off well balanced. What else does that card mean? Making a choice, but making a good choice. What else? What else? Yeah, I feel like with the Five of Swords, your guides are saying to be selfish with people. Like we were talking about, don't sacrifice too much a second ago. I feel like they're just kind of reiterating that point. Okay, let's get some little tarot. I have the Queen of Wands. The Eight of Swords. The King of Pentacles. The Two of Cups. The Two of Wands again. Feel this card right here and not this one. The one under it. Nah, come here. Yeah. Okay. We're getting frustrated. We have the Magician and the Queen of Cups. Excellent. Okay. So your guides are showing that you... All right, let's get the gross stuff out of the way. Some of you could be on the verge of falling in love. You would know who you are if you're like on the verge. It's, you know, you can tell because of all the stupid songs that are about love making sense all of a sudden. You're like, I relate to it so hard. It's like, oh, gross. I know why. Right? Okay, but now that we got that out of the way, congratulations. Some of you might be afraid to make a move. Some of you, in any case, all of you are afraid to make a move in some way, in whatever your individual experiences are at the moment when you're watching this. Your guides are showing that you do have all the power of the Queen of Wands and the King of Pentacles, and even the help of others with the Two of Cups to get out of that situation, okay? So if it's like worrying about making a move, like they're kind of nudging you towards that. If it's worrying about making a deal with somebody, they're kind of nudging you towards trusting that person, etc. and so forth. Good partnerships coming up twice. You having all the tools you need coming up. And then being emotionally fulfilled is also good news. Okay, let's get you one more Halloween card for some overall final Halloween vibe energy. And I'm sad because I'm going to miss the cards, but at the same time, I've got lots of cards. All right, we have Lady de los Muertes, Acceptance and Equality. This card is also about equality. Interesting. For those of you that ended up being kind of a love reading for some of you, congratulations. This would also be a good indication that it's going to go well for you. What else? Yeah, the owl being all about wisdom and community building, creativity building. What else? Other things I needed to recap. I can't think of anything, so I'm going to leave you, Group 3. Thank you for tuning in. If this was helpful, tell me how in the comment section. Give me topic ideas there as well. If you'd like to book a private reading, there are ways to do so in the description box. Happy Halloween. We'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hello, Group 4. So sad. You're my last little Halloween group. I don't know if I'm actually sad. Maybe a little sad. I just like Halloween so much. Alrighty, let's look at your cards that I spent a very long time pre-shuffling live for everyone to see. It's very embarrassing. Okay, moving right along. We have a zombie with control. Skull of Light with illumination. Black Cat, Fortune meets Opportunity. Dawn, the light after the darkness. That kind of gives me like Ten of Swords vibes. Not gonna lie. Invisibility, Authenticity. And Ancestors. Something about the love and legacy of our DNA. Aw, that's so cute. Okay. I like that all the ancestor stuff keeps coming up, like with all of us in all these readings, because they are close this time of year more so than not. So it's just nice to feel them. Okay. We're going to squish these all together and then talk about them. Okay, that looks pretty good, I think. I say that, but I really can't see what I'm doing. Okay, so with the zombie and control card, I feel this like, not just because of the ancestor thing, but this family, like that control a family has over someone's behavior. Or like the control being born into certain families have over the course of your life, or the course of like how much you get or how much you don't get, right? I feel like you are being told by your guides that you can break that chain anytime you want. Your ancestors are going to definitely be, people of that, souls of that message for you. They're going to want to get that information to you because they see that as being like part of like, not their failures or anything like that, but like something that needs to be corrected within the family line. And any person in the family can break the chain. They just have to be aware of it enough to do so. I feel like some of you might have been hit particularly hard with fire season this year. Or if you're like, what's fire season? Well, just enjoy not knowing what fire season is. Does it sound scary, children who don't know what fire season is? Yeah. Well, that's not something you want to know about then. No, I'm just kidding. It's when all the forests catch on fire. Usually in the drier summer months when there's lots of lightning storms. Anyway, I feel like you being aware or learning some familial patterns that you're like kind of like, ew, that's kind of dysfunctional or weird. If you're not thinking about family in this sense, you might be seeing dysfunctional patterns in other relationships that you have. That is one message that's coming through for this group. I feel like the stuff that you're pondering or wondering about is going to be illuminated soon. And that you're going to kind of come across it by chance with that Fortune Meets Opportunity card of just sort of stumbling upon it. And it's going to be like dawn after the darkness. I always think of like that type of energy as like a light coming on, like Ace of Wands. A light bulb coming on in a darkness, like a dark basement kind of situation. And it just... And you're like, that's where the light is. It's right there because that's, the only source of light there. So you can't miss it is what I'm saying. I feel like you're with the invisibility, authenticity, and the ancestors cards together. I feel like they're telling you like, we know you don't feel us or see us. I think that's interesting because like I don't really think or tap into my ancestor energy as much as I probably should, right? I just don't feel it as much. So I would have to really tap into it to feel it. And you forget to. You kind of slip into the whatever comfy nooks of your spiritual practices are easier for you when you're trying to go to sleep, But they're saying that they're there regardless of whether or not you can see them. And they're also saying that your family lineage, including the dysfunction, is there whether you choose to acknowledge it or not. And that's what would give it control over you. Woof! That's a heavy message from your guides. Okay, let's move on to our next cards here. We've got lots of cards to get through. I sound like it. You know what? Let's not talk about that. Silence, number 36. We have, there is a sweet embrace in the nothingness. Stillness brings a presence of self fully embodied. I like that presence of self thing because it's kind of like we had that familial pressure, whether it was a real family or some type of other group. I feel like when you have only yourself to listen to, it can be kind of quiet, but at the same time, it's cool. You don't have to answer for anyone else but yourself. Dark Moon, number 13. It says, in the dark of your heart lives new breath waiting for you to release the ghost. Letting go of something. We'll keep going forward here. Hold on. We have Witch number 43 in reverse. So we're going to go ahead and flip it and then we'll read from the book for that one. I'm going to make you suffer through me reading the upright version because that's not the version we got. We have Grief number 20. Oh, I guess we should read that one, huh? Okay, Grief number 29. It is but a mere glimpse of nothingness hidden away deep within the chambers of your morning in the red clover's birthing lost illusion. Haunted number 21, the breaking of the floor beneath your naked feet, the creaking of the walls as the cold kisses flesh. You're never really alone when in the company of hauntings within bone. Dun 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 dun. That sounds very ominous, doesn't it? I assure you it is. Just kidding, I don't think it is. Banshee number 5. Heed my warning, dear child, for what I hold is far from unsung lullabies. Swallow a nail, and you can expect bleeding from within. Number 5. Is that number 5? Yes, number 5, Banshee. We have 2 more. Wolf number 44. Devour the ferocious calling within, the howling of your spirit. Run wildly into the freedom of your knowing. It's funny because there's a werewolf card in the Halloween deck that also has a similar message. And of course, the last card you got has nudity. So now we're going to cover up the nudities. Silly nudities. Okay, we have the seduction card, number 36. I don't know if you can read this, but you're going to have to take my word for it. It says here, the roaring flames with the masterful something. Trance that calls upon heaving chest to give into its alluring grip, if you please, all caps. But heed my warning of the claws that draw blood without mercy. Jeez, that got dark quickly, didn't it? All right, I'm just going to set this up here for now. Because I don't want to deal with having to, worry about covering it all up until we actually have room for it. All right, we'll just kind of the wolf card over there too. Okay, so with the silence card, we talked about you just kind of having your little silence to yourself, only answering to yourself, right? The dark moon card, releasing the past behind you, which we felt like you were doing. Let's look at the witch card reversed. Okay, so I think for the sake of all of us, I'm just going to read this to you and then I'll hold it up and you can screenshot it or pause or do whatever it is you need to do to get through. So the reverse of the witch card. When the witch card is in reverse, know that you are more than capable of manifesting all that you desire, even if you have not had success with your spells in the past. Practice makes perfect. Even in magic, a spell that didn't work doesn't mean you aren't powerful or on the wrong path. It could mean that you aren't ready for this spell at the time. You manifest what you are ready to receive. Consider working spells that require a smaller amount of effort or working healing spells to clear out any baggage that may be keeping you from calling in the things you desire. Magic is alchemy, and the conditions need to be right to turn your spiritual lead into lead into gold. Keep trying and you will succeed. Let's go ahead and give you some words to read. All right, that's all you get. Okay. So that's what that card means. So interesting. I like that we were talking about you doing your own thing, making your own way, away from family pressure or ancestor pressure, etc. and so forth. And so this just feels like more confirmation with this card that you can make your own way. That does come with a bit of grieving to it, though, does it not? Because you do have to let go of some more stubborn things. One of the things that sucks about dealing with people is that sometimes you realize that you just can't be around each other. It's not like you don't want to be around each other. You just know that you can't be around each other. It's not possible. Like, does that make sense? Neither of you are capable of being around each other. It's like when dysfunctional family tries to be around each other and they can't do it because they're all too sick together. Like, maybe on their own, they're a little better off, right? And so that grief and that haunting is always going to kind of be there. The Banshee is warning you that just because those things are there doesn't mean you should go backwards. Oof, spicy. All right, let's grab the last two cards, one of which has nudity in it. Okay, we have the Wolf. Devour your own ferocious nature. I feel like that's just them telling you to embrace yourself for how you are, because that's always the message of werewolves if you're looking at them in the positive sense. Or if you're watching a werewolf movie, you know, you'll notice the main character is always kind of nerdy and, you know, kind of beta, and then he becomes alpha, right? So your guides are saying that once you embrace what you truly are, that's when your main essence and goodness, sexiness, whatever you have you, success will be coming forward for you. Okay, let's get some more tarot for you. Fun, positive vibes from your guides so far. We have the Two of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles. The Five of Wands. Pisces. Okay. The Queen of Wands. And the Three of Swords. Somebody else had Three of Swords at the end of their spread not too long ago. And it reminds me of that. Whoops. All that trouble I went through, and there they were. Just waiting to pop out the worst possible time. Okay, so your guys are showing with the Two of Pentacles that you... part of your challenge in all of this is going to be trying to juggle the old habits of your life and the old habits of your like conditioning into the new way that you're doing things in life. Okay, so you might be doing things differently, like being smarter with money or being smarter with your time, avoiding bickering people, right? Or avoiding anything that has anything to do with breaking up your peace or making you feel bad. You're like, no. Okay, the Queen of Wands isn't always credited for being a lone queen as much as the Queen of Swords, and it's because she doesn't talk about it. You know why? Because she doesn't have to. Because all she does is sit around and just kick butt all day, and that's amazing. And like, she doesn't have to talk to anybody about it because she just does. Okay, that's the energy that we're getting for you with that, and that's how you recover from these things, and that's how you'll continue to navigate through them as you move forward in your life as well. Getting some more tarot, we have the King of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, the Five of Pentacles, the Moon. Look, it's another werewolf. So cute. The Four of Swords, and the Two of Swords. Alrighty. Your guides are showing that there is some fear with some of you about standing your ground and ending up alone because you stood your ground, right? Who cares if they weren't cool anyway? Who cares if they stick around? I know what it feels like, but you know, that's just what we're here to remind you about. Like, who cares? If they're not going to be cool, then why need them? But your guides are also promising that that's not going to happen. You're just going to get better giving people around you, more of an abundance of good things around you because you're not putting up with that energy anymore. Energy attracts energy, and I'm not saying it's your fault that people mistreated you, but it does kind of seem to have like a weird contagious effect on other people who come in. It's almost like they watched a preview first and then went in for their own stupid little drama, right? So your guides are saying, don't worry about the future, that's all going to work itself out. You need to rest from all of this absorption of negativity that you've been going through, especially if this is like people that are like the closest to you, like your family. All right. They're saying you don't have to do anything right now. You don't even have to think about anything right now. Just think about resting and getting better. And don't worry about being alone in the future, because they're assuring you that's not going to happen anyway. Just throwing that out there one more time. Let's get you some little tiny tarot, also of the Halloween variety. Pretty soon we won't be using these anymore. We have the Magician. We have the 10 of Wands. We have the Tower. 3 of Cups. The 8 of Cups. And the King of Cups. So once again, they're just giving you reassurance. You have everything you need on your own to make it by your own and be completely happy. You don't need anyone. The Queen of Wands don't need nobody. All right? Yeah, I used a double negative because I felt the need. Your burdens are going to be lifted. You're not going to be all by yourself forever, okay? The tower needed to come down so that you can rebuild it with better things, like friends who actually are more like you, that deserve your presence. And to get that, you need to walk away from the things that don't work for you, and that's how you get your emotional well-being. All right, let's get you one more little happy Halloween card before I say goodbye. And then when you see me, it'll just be regular boring me with fall-themed cards. Do I sound sad about that? Well, you know, whatever. Vampire, emotional intelligence. I feel like emotionally intelligent people know how to navigate difficult family or difficult friend groups or difficult groups in general, or just difficult people. And I feel like that's what you are achieving in my wonderful group 4. Let me know if this was helpful in the comments section. Give me topic ideas there as well. If you would like to book a private reading with me, there are ways to do so in the description box. We'll see you in the next one. Happy Halloween. Take care. Bye.